To discuss the state of tech regulation, we're joined by Scott Schober, President and CEO of Berkeley Varitronics Systems. Always great to see you, Scott. Let's talk tech and Donald Trump. The incoming president, former president, has made it clear that he plans to dismantle Biden's AI policies on day one, supporting those who have pushed back against regulation. So how would you describe Trump's relationship with Silicon Valley? Will it be different from his previous stint in office?
Well, I think it's certainly, he's very disruptive, as we all know, and nobody really knows exactly what he's going to do. His stance in the past, I think, was very strong from a competitive nature. U.S. very strong in AI, stronger than anything in China or any other country. He may back off a little bit on that in hopes of really getting some economic stimulus and innovation going by maybe taking a more business-friendly approach. And it is challenging because he's been somewhat critical for many in Silicon Valley, as you mentioned there, especially on certain policies, big data, data privacy and things like that. So he may be making some adjustments there, and he tends to like to back off on regulation on certain things and see what happens from a business perspective. So I think we're all eager to see. So probably mixed reactions, much of the tech community. However, we could see once there was word that he was going to be the next president-elect, you could see certainly a reaction from the tech community in the stock market, with many stocks bumping up, especially Tesla and the defense sector as well.
Yeah, a lot of congratulations from their CEOs as well headed his way. How do you think they're going to prepare in the next month or two ahead of his administration? What will they be reading into to get ready?
I think it's going to be tough, again, because, as I mentioned, he's not somebody that's easy to read. He's a sharp business person, and he's very clear, I think, when it's business things, but when politics and business intertwine, it's difficult. And I think what he's trying to strategically do, as most good presidents do try to do, is align themselves very closely with the picks that he has, but especially those that could be in advisory capacity in the tech community, is really going to help shape regulation and policies, hopefully to spur the economic growth in the business, which really is probably why he got elected.
We saw Elon Musk with Donald Trump a lot in recent months. Is there some sort of role that Elon could play in this administration? What might this mean for tech specifically? I mean, are people maybe not as worried because he has Elon's ear, and vice versa?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I think Elon, he's a visionary, highly respected in the tech community. Yes, he's very controversial and says things maybe very akin to what Donald Trump does too, but from an advisory capacity, if you think of him, imagine a company having him on your advisory board. That would be fabulous. Imagine him being kind of the tech right-hand man for President Trump in this advisory capacity and helping him guide some of these policies. I think that would be brilliant. It would help the entire United States. Also, selfishly, it'd probably help Elon Musk. If you think about from a social media platform X, if you think about it from Tesla, if you think about it from SpaceX, all of these regulatory things and concerns and policies affect him and his shareholders and really the greater public. So it could have a profound impact with the proper influence there if it's balanced. And I think especially with all the arguments back and forth about EV technology, and Trump he's not been shy about it. He's bashed it a lot and always pushing fossil fuels. Maybe he's going to temper that a little bit more as there's more of a transition into the migration of EV, because I think with the prior administration, it was a disaster. Billions of dollars spent, not much to show for it. I think Trump's going to try to really take advantage of that, especially working closely with the likes of Elon Musk, Teslas, and EV companies out there.
Well, there's also some intersection when it comes to politics as well, and bilateral relations with other countries like China, Elon Musk with Tesla in China. What could we expect there? I mean, could there be some spillover?
I think that's a good point. There probably will be some spillover. And I think it's interesting because Trump seems to like to have those conversations. I mean, again, I said it before, he's a brilliant business mind. I've met him and I talked to him before. I was actually quite impressed having conversations with him. He's a smart man. From the politics side, I think he's a very different person. But from a business mind, he's really thinking ahead, and he builds relationships. He fosters relationships, and he also creates enemies in the process of it. So many people in many countries, especially, probably want to be on his good side and on the good side of the United States to work and have commerce, and that will allow certainly United States commerce to flow, but it will really help these emerging countries grow quickly by partnering and developing much closer relationships with the United States. And I think he does have that capability to do that.